Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be talking about my recent trip to the historic YATELEY South Lake. Midway through Friday morning I set off down there on a 5-hour journey, and after arriving at the lake I decided to settle into a swim known as Twin Bars. The YATELEY South Lake is made up of 29 swims and holds over 300 carp, and with fish being caught over the 40-pound barrier, it's safe to say I was definitely excited to see what the week had in store for me. To begin with, I decided to put one rod tight to the island, and my other rod I flicked a few rod lengths out down my right hand margin and scattered about 30 boilies in the general area. That first evening passed pretty uneventfully, and before long the first morning had arrived. At 8:30 my bite alarm slowly let out a few bleeps, and I began to play in my first YATELEY carp. Here it is, my first fish from the YATELEY South Lake. Lovely high teen jet black mirror, maybe a scraper 20. I didn't weigh this one, but it's a lovely fish. Nice leathery one. We'll get it put back here.
Well done.
Wow. Cheers.
Boom. Well done.
Due to the hook being blunted, I reeled the rod in that was positioned short range, and I bolted that one out tight to the island in hopes that it would quickly nick another bite. That was the only bite I managed to land that morning, and by about midday it seemed that most of the fish were cruising about on the surface. I didn't want to pack up my gear however and risk giving up the spot where I just caught the carp from, but the angler next door was due to leave that day anyways, so before he left I went with him while he tried to catch a couple off the top with some bread. Just on the right coming up. Look, she's going for it now.
No! Oh, his mate said to him, don't go for it. His mate actually...
Fortunately, that bite off the surface never materialised, and after going for a nice full English breakfast at the old mill, I returned to the lake that evening and repositioned the rod. This, however, only resulted in us being woke up by attention at 3 AM, which after taking a quick glance at, I slipped back. Unfortunately, that was the only bite I managed to land that morning, but I decided that I was going to stay put in this swim due to seeing plenty of fizzing and a few carp showing out in front of us. It was another quiet day across the lake, and most of the fish seemed more interested in sunbathing than feeding. The following morning, that decision paid off, as after a steady long-range battle, I had another lovely YATELEY carp sat in the net. Here it is, another morning bite for us. This one close to a 20 I'd say. Another nice jet black mirror. Hopefully they keep getting bigger and I manage a nice one before I go. That was the only carp I managed to land that morning, but there was a lot of fish activity again around the lake, and I noticed a decent group of fish sat in the swim next door, so I grabbed a handful of boilies and chucked a little bit of bait out just to create another option in case I decided that I did want to move. Absolutely loving the spot I've been feeding. Another pretty cool thing which I saw that day was a family of mink. I've seen the odd one scatter past before, but to see a family of 4 up close so unbothered by people was something new to me. Yet again though, I didn't want to move out of that swim as I was confident that it was going to do us a bite again the next morning. The short range rod however I wasn't feeling too confident in, so that evening I decided that I was going to fish both rods out tight to the island. The decision to stay put paid off as at 8:30 in the morning my bite alarm let out 3 or 4 bleeps and I was soon playing my third YATELEY carp. Well, another morning. Another carp in the net. Right, so there it is, my third carp from YATELEY on the 4th morning. Not too sure how big this one is yet, but I am going to pop it on the scales to see. It's another lovely fish though. All nice dark ones in here it seems. It'd be a beauty to get one of 30 pounds like this, but I'm happy to catch them like this for now. Off it goes. I actually forgot to weigh that one, but if I had to guess, I would have definitely gave it a low 20, and it was probably the best fish I managed to land that session. The decision to quickly reset the rods paid off that morning, as within a couple of hours of slipping that one back, the rod was away again. Before long, I had another lovely jet black YATELEY carp sat in the net. Let's weigh back out now. Fourth carp in the bag on the fourth morning. Hopefully if I play the numbers game, that big and soon to follow. I opted to keep a very basic approach this session, fishing straight krill boilie with a little bit of hemp plug for some added attraction. For the rig end of things, I fished a simple blowback rig with an inline lead, and for the hook bait I used a matching boilie and I drilled it out and popped a little bit of cork in there just to give it that extra buoyancy to help it up into the fish's mouth. Well, there it is, my fourth fish from the YATELEY South Lake, second one this morning. Going to show that them simple tactics of fishing straight boilie, making the hook bait a little bit more buoyant, it's definitely working for us. I'm going to get the slip one there. I'm going to get this one slipped back now though. It's beating us up quite a bit doing these pictures. I hope going into the session that taking a more subtle approach would give us the edge instead of using bright and visual hook baits, and that it would help us put a few of these YATELEY carp on the bank. And like clockwork, the following morning I was soon playing my fifth and final YATELEY carp. I put about a full kilo of boilie on it last night and it's paid off. It was about 9 o'clock this morning, the rod went, resulting in this lovely little mirror. Still not one of the bigger ones I'm after yet, but I'm going to stick at it and hopefully I can make it happen in these last couple of nights. Slip the back up. Still rolling. Unfortunately I did lose one that next morning as well, as after being in contact with the fish for about 10 seconds, the hook pulled and that was the last opportunity that I got. Coupled with some very heavy rain, it definitely wasn't the ideal end of the session, but fishing can't always be perfect. I probably should have moved in the last couple of nights, as there was plenty of opportunities to be had around the lake, but I was happy to have a bit of a social with the anglers next door, and I definitely left that trip happy with the few nice carp that I had managed to land. I hope you have all enjoyed watching this video, and I'll see you next time I'm back out on the bank.